thanks Sue. Thanks everyone. Hello everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Shahpour Alirezaee, and I'm here as one of Siemens Mechatronic certificate instructors to share you some basic information on Siemens Mechatronic System Certification Program, which we call as SMSCP. And this is going to be our fourth time that we are offering this program. So I have one presentation and two video recording, one from Siemens and one from our lab. So just I want to make sure that you, Sue, can you see the screen now? My screen is...
Yes, I can see it.
Okay. Okay, I will start with basic so yeah, so as you know, the title of the program is Siemens Mechatronic System Certification Program, or SMSCP, and we are offering this program at the University of Windsor with collaboration with CTL. So the basic idea of Siemens program coming from two institutes under Siemens Corporation, which is one is Siemens AG, which is the leader in mechatronics and automation systems, and they have years of experience in training and creating software platforms for the education purposes. And the other institute under Siemens Corporation is Siemens Technik Academy Berlin, which is the host for SMSCP program, and all the courses and the contents and everything is regulated through this Siemens Technik Academy in Berlin. And your final certification is also going to be issued by this institute. So in terms of Siemens Technik Academy in Berlin, as you should be a part of this program. If you decide to come to the program, you are part of this program and you receive the certification from this Technik Academy in Berlin. So they have many programs, including IDP and SMSCP, and they have smart systems, and they have developed many other new programs as a certifications, but these are the main programs. But the most successful program within Siemens is Siemens Mechatronic System Certification, which right now in many countries they have developed these this SMSCP. In Canada, I guess there are more than 10 institutes offering this SMSCP program, and we are one of them. And there are levels of training in SMSCP that I'm going to explain it later. So the SMSCP program under the Siemens Technik Academy in Berlin. Typically, the Technik Academy offers many programs, including the Mechatronic System Associate Engineer program, and they have a first 2 years of Bachelor of Engineering Technology programs within their Technik Academy, with collaboration with other institutes in Germany. And they have developed a kind of combined version of the whole mechatronic system associate, and they developed the SMSCP program as a kind of just a fast achievable degree or certification in mechatronics. So this is going to be a kind of very compact version of their program, associate degree program in mechatronics, that they offer the SMSCP in 3 basic levels, and our focus of today is just level 1 of their certification. So before I start the mechatronic and the rest of my presentation, I have a recording from Siemens and just want to share it with you, and then Is the voice is clear for the video?
Yes, I can hear the video.
Okay.
Whether in manufacturing, aerospace, or renewable energy generation, complex technologies integrating electrical, mechanical, and computer engineering, better known as mechatronic systems, play an increasing role in today's industry. Consequently, mechatronics is a highly demanded skill by many industries worldwide.
The future employees needs global standards of technical skills and knowledge to handle complex systems in the future.
Working in today's fast-paced, high-tech environments, technicians and engineers need a holistic understanding of mechatronic systems technology, so they can respond smarter to new challenges of mechatronic technology. With its focus on systems-level analysis and hands-on learning, Siemens Mechatronic Systems Certification Program helps create technical education programs that emphasize comprehensive mechatronic skills with a deep knowledge of troubleshooting and technical problem-solving. A key part of the success of SMSCP is systems approach, an educational method. This gives schools the tools to ensure that their students are ready for the real world. Listen as our master trainer, Gert Voigt, discusses this concept and why it is an effective part of mechatronics education.
You saw a troubleshooting lesson at a real system. The system was specially designed for education purposes. Each module is a small but entire mechatronic system, and the core idea of the certification program is to learn the theory from a real system. In the next step, the student have to transfer the knowledge that they learn from such system to another system, to develop Handlungskompetenz, which means that the students are able to quickly adapt to new situations, to new systems, new technologies in an efficient and flexible manner.
How does the SMSCP help educational institutions prepare the next generation of technicians and engineers? The Siemens Mechatronic Systems Certification Program is an international industry standard comprehensive skills certification in mechatronic systems, which is offered together with partner schools worldwide.
The Siemens Mechatronic System Certification supports our partners in colleges, universities, Siemens regions and Siemens training organizations worldwide. It is designed as a train-the-trainer program for instructors and shall enable them to train their students in system understanding and practical exercises. So, the students will be enabled to handle complex product systems, and finally, it will strengthen their own employability.
During instructor certification courses, teachers learn how to apply the didactic method system approach to the field of mechatronics.
The instructor certification course is very good, I think, because it has a practical element as well as a theory element, and I think that helps when you're trying to learn or trying to teach.
Great situation they have in Berlin with the mechatronics training at Siemens.
Coming from South African background, the schools that we've got, the schools don't focus as much on the practical as they do more on the theory side. So looking at this course now, we focus very much on the practical first and then understand the theory behind it. And of course, using the system approach, we have a very good outline and background before we actually get to understanding how the theory fits together.
The students to have high motivation and to be really keen to get to know the systems and take an interest. And I think that's how this program is going to help me teach when I get back to the Black Country UTC in England.
The program encourages us to put the students in real situations with real equipment. This in the future will help them get jobs in the UK.
Once back at their colleges, instructors help students prepare for the Siemens certification exam in mechatronic systems throughout their normal study program. With its focus on troubleshooting and practical mechatronic skills, the Siemens certifications offer students clear advantages over the competition in the job market.
Within the SMSCP, I learned how to find fault in mechatronic training system and how to apply this knowledge to the real industrial line. Now I'm confident that I will be successful at my job in the real industrial.
The way how our teachers teach the SMSCP courses is a lot of fun. We are always taking things apart and try to figuring out how to troubleshoot the different parts of a system in class. This keeps these things very interesting.
Siemens Mechatronic Systems Certification Program, the international industry standard comprehensive skills certification.
Okay. Okay. After watching this recording from Siemens, I will continue on my slide. So, as you know, all of you, the mechatronic is not a new, discipline. It's a combination of an integration of basically mechanical engineering, electrical or electronic engineering, and information technology and computer science. So whenever you have such a system, which is a complex system, and you have an integration of these, you can look at the system as a mechatronic system. There are many applications in terms of the different areas, like material processing can be one mechatronic system, green technology, medical, and anything related to biomedical engineering, mining, consumer products, building technologies, manufacturing, automotive, energy sector, aerospace, transportations. These are all examples of mechatronic systems. So anything related to automation technology, robotics, industrial maintenance, process control and process automation, and electromechanical technologies can be categorized under the mechatronic systems. So the system-based system approach that basically has been developed by Siemens Technic Academy, they have a new approach, new way to train their students, and that's going to be through hands-on and through the starting from the system first, focusing on the system, and the mechatronic system is always the core. So basically what we do, we focus on the actual mechatronic system. So let's say this is a system which is a mechatronic system, so we first give that system or module to you as a student and ask you to work with that system and try to understand the concept by using the applying that system, and then ask you to have a presentation for your classmates that to describe your system in any way that you can, and then we try to understand the system a little bit more, and then we go to the theory. So everything starts from the mechatronic system, and the main task as a students, you are supposed to start working, thinking with that mechatronic system and try out to understand the concept behind it, and then try to explain it to the others, and then use the same system to the other systems and expand that system. And finally we go to the theory and the background that we need for that. So it's a kind of flip version of training instead of our normal way of teaching, that we start from the theory and just analyze the system, and then go to the, at the end, a little bit of the practical hands-on things. We start here on the other hand, and we start from working with the module. Even there are some modules components that you haven't seen at all, so I will give it to you and you can start working with them. Sometimes it's very hard for you to even work with them, as you don't know the name of that module. So we help to each other to at least have a better learning, just a system-based approach learning. So as you noticed on that recording, that video, so the core idea is our mechatronic system, and we look at every mechatronic system as one module. So let's say we have one module which can be our sensors or actuators or whatever we have in that course. So after selecting that, choosing that module, we go to see the application of that component in the system. Let's say that here is my inductive sensor. So I consider one inductive sensor as my module, and then we go to see the application of that module in our actual system, and then we go to the characteristics and the design function of that in the system, and try to understand the principal physical characteristics or whatever knowledge we need in terms of that specific module. And then we try to understand, or possibly sometime manually cause some malfunctions in that system, and try to find that malfunction, or try to do the troubleshooting and different ways to make that system to be functional. So this is a system-based approach that we start from one module, we use it, we apply it, see the application in different places, different systems, and then go to the theory. And then after that, we have enough experience and the knowledge, and now we can do the troubleshooting and find the issues of that system in that module in the system. So there are many reasons why we are looking for SMSCP, and everyone has its own reason. But in terms of Siemens, this is going to be a kind of integration of expertise that we need for mechatronics, for automation technologies, and the SMSCP is trying to bring all these things together through the 3 levels of educations that we explain later. So the target is to have well-trained, skilled technical workers. So I know possibly some of you are even a PhD student, or maybe have completed your PhD or master, or some of you are undergraduate student. Regardless of your degree, we are here to teach you how to work with that machine, system, station, and we consider all of you as a technical worker. So we like you to be a kind of technical worker at the end. And also the education that we have, the SMSCP cost related to this, still maybe some of you may feel this is going to be a kind of a little bit expensive, but comparing to the similar programs, similar trainings that we have in the industry in this field, even if you want to go to a good, let's say, PLC class in a real, like real world, not a kind of online version of that, it's going to be very expensive. to learn that, let's say, PLC course. So the Siemens Mechatronic System Certification, or SMSCP, is an international industry certification. So the Siemens brand, Siemens training, has been distinguished everywhere in the world. So if you say I have Siemens certification, Siemens degree, that's a label for you, and it's going to be something great in your CV at the end. So, and the industry nowadays, specifically North American industries, needing these Siemens technical workers at the end. So you will have a comprehensive skills in the 3 levels if you take all 3 levels. So in the first level, our focus would be the 4 basic courses, but if you take the second level or third level, you are going to be considered as a really highly skilled automation person or automation technician engineer. And the focus of the system is in understanding the mechatronic systems and be able to do the troubleshootings and problem solving. And the program, the SMSCP, typically offered by the partner schools. So, for instance, University of Windsor right now is a partner with Siemens. So the program has 2 sides. The core and the basic idea is coming from Siemens, and we provide you with the training. At the end of the training, you would receive a certification for completion of the hours that you have been in our program, but you don't receive this SMSCP, the Siemens certification. You must register, enroll for the exam, and the exam is a kind of a 2-hour online examination, and the marking and everything is in Germany. So we will send automatically the result, your exam materials to Siemens, and they're gonna mark it, and if you pass, they're gonna issue the Siemens Mechatronics certification with Siemens labeled. So you should expect to have 2 certificates. One is certification of completion of your degree from the University of Windsor, not a degree, just the hours from the University of Windsor. And if you pass the exam, which is typically 1 month or possible sometime 2 months after the finishing the program, you should receive your certification within a month or 2 after you pass the exam. So as you noticed in the SMSCP certification process, the core is STA Berlin. STA means Siemens Technic Academy in Berlin, and the SMSCP core is sitting there. So they issue different types of certification. So the first step is they have to find the partner has to be certified. So right now the University of Windsor, with the equipment that we have, facilities we have, is certified under Siemens rule. And then they send the partner school sends teachers to Siemens in Berlin, and they certify the instructors. Right now we have 2 certified instructors which works at the University of Windsor, and having these certification, now we are ready to take the students and enroll you to the program and finish the program, Siemens Mechatronic Systems program. And after finish the program, the STA and us, we arrange the exam for you. Again, the exam is all questions and everything is coming from Germany. So When you pass the exam, this certification should be received a month or two after that examination. So this is the whole process. So you are here and you receive that certification, but within the university we provide you another certificate of completion. So far most of our students after completing the program attended the examination, and so far we had only one person failed, and the University of Windsor was I guess the first university in terms of success rate in all the examinations that they had before. So as I mentioned, there are different levels of education, level of training for Siemens, and the goal is to prepare the students for the working environment, basically prepare a kind of technical skills and prepare a kind of technician to be able to approach the market, basically, and typically whatever you need within this industry is going to be covered within these three levels of training. So the first level, which is level 1, which is the focus of this session today, is called as a Siemens Certified Mechatronic System Assistant. So this level emphasizes on efficiency operating complex mechatronic systems, troubleshooting, and foreseeing problems. So typically in the level 1, we are not looking at the design aspects of mechatronic system. We only like you to be a kind of technician, be able to work with that system, whatever the module is, be able to understand the system, be able to apply sometime installation of that system within your big mechatronic system, and then perform the troubleshooting and problem solving, basically. In level 2, which is going to be after this level, they call it Siemens Certified Mechatronic System Associate. So the focus would be on system management, investigation, repair, and troubleshooting. It's a little bit advanced version of the level 1, while in this section we for instance, in the level 1, the expectation is, let's say, to be able to work with the PLC as a module, while in the level 2 we expect you to be able to design a ladder logic, design a complete PLC program from scratch by yourself. And in level 3, the certification called as a system professional. So it's going to be very high skilled, more of the design, not application, involved in this level 3. So we assume that you have all the knowledge for working, performing that unit or module, and you know how to basically develop that system. But in the level 3, we work on the development of that system, design, and high level of technical things that is needed for that system. So these are the courses that we have in all 3 levels. So the focus would be today is level 1, Mechatronic System Assistant. So in this level, we have 4 courses. The first course is electrical components, that I just have a brief review of that course in my slides. The other course is mechanical components and electric drives. The other course is electro-pneumatic and hydraulic circuits and systems. And we have a course which is digital fundamentals and the PLCs. In level 2, which is systems associate, we work on process control technologies. There is a course introduction to totally integrated automation. Even this totally integrated automation, as you see here in our level 2, in our program, we cover the whole or the most of concepts that are needed in the this level of training, which is totally integrated automation or TIA portal. Automation system is another course. Motor control, controllers that needed for the motors are here. Mechanics and machine elements, and manufacturing processes. And in the level 3, which is a mechatronic systems professional, we work on the design aspects, so requirements engineering, project management, planning and tracking, engineering, quality assurance and management, practical applications, and professional engineering project. So as you see, when we go from level 1 to level 2, it's going to be more on theory, and even when we go to the level 3, it's more on the design and theory and quality related things and project management aspect of that mechatronic system. So most of things that we need to learn is within this level 1, and the part of that is lying in the level 2. So hopefully at the end of our level 1, you can be able to say you are a kind of expert in mechatronic systems at the end. So there are many benefits for you as a student. Basically, you have opportunity to work with a really world-class industry certification. As you know, Siemens has a very well-known brand name, and it's going to be a luxury brand in your CV. The job market nowadays, specifically in North America, they are always looking for Siemens product technicians, specifically Siemens PLCs. And really in our region, we have, in Canada, we have a shortage of Siemens PLC programmers, and always I receive calls from the industry. They are looking for Siemens PLC programmers, and even this summer I had many calls, and I sent forwarded message to my students, SMSCP students, so that I had in last year and the 3 other years that we had. So it was good news and bad news for me. I couldn't find even one of them, as they were all busy with the job that related to that PLC, and I couldn't find even one person to offer them, at least to refer them to the industry. So it's a really need for Siemens PLC programmers specifically. But you should know that the focus of this program is not just the Siemens products. Although we use Siemens products, let's say for our PLC, we just focus on Siemens product, but the focus of program is mechatronics program, and it's not going to be only Siemens brand products at the end. So as I mentioned, you can receive 2 certification and completion of your hours if you successfully pass the exam and also attend all the course classes that we have. And in terms of implementation, there are flexibilities for this program, and if you look at different locations in the world, so they are offering the program in different timing. Our program is mostly focused on Saturdays and Friday afternoon, so I guess most of you can attend the classes, as the most of our hours are in basically Saturdays. So in terms of level 1 courses, as I mentioned before, in this level we have 4 courses. which is electro-pneumatic and hydraulic control circuits. The other course is mechanical components and electric drive and electrical components, and finally digital fundamentals and the PLCs. In terms of our first course, course 1, electro-pneumatic and hydraulic control system, which Dr. Jalal covers this course. The course covers basics of pneumatic and electro-pneumatic and hydraulic control systems. You would learn how to read, analyze a kind of hydraulic or pneumatic circuit, and be able to follow this circuit and perform the troubleshooting. So at the end of this course, basically you are able to understand what is a mechatronic system and the relationship of the components and modules within that mechatronic systems, with the focus of electro-pneumatic and hydraulic control circuits. You would understand the role of electro-pneumatic and hydraulic control system in complex mechatronic systems and subsystems, and you should be able and you understand troubleshooting, maintenance, and safety issues related to these electro-pneumatic and hydraulic circuits and systems. The other course that should be covered here is our mechanical systems. It's the course that you will learn the basic function of the physical properties of mechanical components, electrical drives, AC and DC, electromotors, and these type of components, modules that we definitely need in any mechatronic systems. So at the end of this course, you should be able to, and you understand the role of mechanical components and electrical drives in your complex mechatronic systems. You understand the flow of energy in that system, and again you are able and you understand how to troubleshoot and do the preventive maintenance and safety issues related to that mechanical or electrical drives, electromotors within that mechatronic system. And in terms of the other course that we have, electrical components, again this is not the electrical circuit course, although we cover the electrical circuits and the concept, but our main idea is to see the basic function of those electrical components and the role of them, and basically try to apply them. And at the end, again, you should understand what a mechatronic is and the relationship of the modules in terms of electrical components. You should understand the flow of energy, mass, and information in that system. And specifically with the focus of electrical component in that mechatronic system, you should be able to perform troubleshooting. You should be able, let's say, if that's a sensor, if that's a kind of electrical component, you should be able to know how to troubleshoot, how to find the issue within that specific module. If there is a possibility for that, for the maintenance, for repairing that, you should be able to do that. And any safety or any other related issues within that system should be covered here. And the most popular portion of the course, which many of you maybe are interested in this, and this is a really the strongest part of the program, which makes you really fit within the nowadays market, is digital fundamentals and programmable logic controllers, or what we call it as a PLC. So there are many different types of digital controllers there, but the most important and the industrial version of all controllers are called as programmable logic controllers, or PLC, which typically are a kind of core within most of our mechatronic systems. In automation, in industries nowadays, you see many of these small units which are controlling your plants, industries, there are many applications for these. Wherever you see anything related to automation, the controllers is typically this PLC. And in this course, we focus on using TIA portal, which, as I mentioned before, is a part of our level 2, but as we need this one for our PLC programming, we cover the whole TIA portal here. And again, the goal of this course is not just PLC programming. In terms of the expectation and the examination, Siemens likes you to be a kind of person to be able to understand the programmable logic controllers. You should be able to work with them, work with the software basics. You should be able to perform some or minor changes, troubleshooting within that program. However, my students in the past, I have had a range of students that after completing the program became a really PLC programmer at the end. And our SMSCP team at the University of Windsor is a CTL team, which are coordinating the whole activities in terms of this information session. They did a good job, and also reaching you. You have all the things, everything needed for the registration, course enrollment, and also examination, transferring the money, and everything is with CTL team. Within the engineering department, we've just offer the program. Dr. Jalal Ahmed is our instructor, SMSCP certified instructor. He is within mechanical, automotive, and material engineering, and I'm as well one of the certified instructor within the mechanical, automotive, and material engineering department. And we have typically one or two SMSCP assistant, and Faraz is helping us within the program. And I guess this is all for me. I have just one. I'm not sure how much time I have left, but Sue, can I just show that clip? I plan to be in the lab today to show the student the lab environment, but the lab was noisy, and I just prefer to just record the video. Do I have a time, Sue, or?
Yep, go ahead, Shahpour.
Okay, so here is the lab environment. We call it mechatronic lab, or some people call it PLC lab. So as you see, we have stations equipped with the basically this is my little Siemens 1200 and the HMI, and this is our main panel that we work, and there are some attachments that are needed for your system setup when you work with a PLC. And here are our Festo stations. These stations are a really compact version of a kind of industry application. So this is, let's say, for instance, this is a sorting station that, let me come back here, if I can pause the system. So for instance, this is one station, which is the pick and place. So the whole idea is there is an object here, sitting here. The sensor detects the part object. There is a kind of grabber here. It comes and picks the object, and this this cylinder moves this object from this point to this point, either put it here or drop it here. And this is a simple example of a sorting station that I have this little conveyor, and there are a couple of sensors sitting here, and they detect, let's say, 3 types of objects. And if I want to direct the object to this sorted to this line, I can put it here. So by the these sensors that we have here, we determine the type of the object, and either we forward it to this line or this line or this line. So you see a very small compact version of the actual job that you can see within the industry is here. Another station. This is my another station that has been developed by one of our team of students within the university. Again, we have just a sorting station. There are 4 bins, and we detect different types of parts, materials, and sort the materials and put it to one of these bins. So you see different sensors and pneumatic systems. And here we have our universal robot stations. This year we have option to focus on robotics and robot training. So I assume possibly 2 to 3 weeks training on the robots. So you have a chance to work on the actual robots and perform that robot and programming that robot anyway. And this is another station that we have like a refrigeration system. So these are all kind of general overview of our lab. And Sue, I guess I'm done. I can wait for the questions after your presentation.
Okay, great. So I'm going to share my screen quickly. Sorry, 1 second here. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Yep, okay, great. Okay, so just wanted to share some program details. I'm just going to go into presenter view here. Thanks, Shahpour. So the program takes place on Fridays from 2 to 8 p.m. and Saturdays 9 to 6 p.m. starting February 11th, so very, very soon, ending May 14th. There are also lab times available. So before we start the Q&A, I just wanted to mention a few other things. So with so the class is in person, and the program fee is $25.65. It counts towards a certification, so it is not taxed. However, there is an additional exam fee of $250 plus HST. So the discounts available for Windsor alumni, staff, and students vary. So just please email us at continue@uwindsor.ca. The program is also eligible for the OSAP micro-credential application, which means that you can apply for temporary funding or assistance for the program fee. This is a separate application from the traditional OSAP application. It's the OSAP micro-credential application, so just wanted to note that. And then this program is also eligible for the Canada Ontario Job Grant Program. So if you are an organization that wants to send someone into this program, this is an option as well. And if you want more information on this, visit continue@uwindsor.ca. I should also mention, please visit our website for the vaccination, because this course is in person. There is a vaccination policy, and we will be following the University of Windsor's like official health and safety protocols. Please just check out our website, continue.uwindsor.ca/automation for additional details on that. If there are any questions, yeah, we can just take those in the chat right now. Just gonna have a look at the chat. So there's a question regarding the lab time. So one lab time is clashing with a class. Do you know which class it is?
I believe there should be with the,
Oh, the Wednesday at 8 p.m. So the lab times are actually, they're not mandatory. They are optional for extra practice sessions. And so there's two options. So there's the Tuesday from 9 to 12 p.m. or Wednesdays from 5 to 8. It's not mandatory to attend both lab times.
Yeah, just in terms of the extra lab hours, as the lab is most of the time is accessible, and they don't have any other activities there. We are very flexible on that one, and if you want to use, just you should email me, and I can give you access. In most of the times, there should be someone who let you to go to the lab, and you can use the PLC, the software, and everything in that range, and you should follow the instructions basically. But it's possible to use. I can't say any time, but most of the time we should be able to manage that one.
Okay. Thanks, Shahpour, for that clarification. Can current graduate students register in this course?
Yeah, you can answer it, right?
Yes. Yeah, so this course is, yes, you can, if you are a graduate student, yes, you can register for this course. It is also geared towards fourth year engineering students as well, and then as well industry professionals. Will we be considered as PLC programmers after this certification? Shahpour, would you be able to answer?
As I mentioned, the whole idea behind this is not PLC programming. Although most of my students, all the time, even since we start the program, all the time they just focus on the PLC side, and we just cover most of the requirement for the PLC. The expectation from the program is not to just be a kind of PLC programmer, but it depends on you how you focus, or how you come to the lab after hours. I had some students really after the even you have classes just Friday and Saturday, and they had a couple of students use the lab many times a day, and they became really a PLC engineer, and they got a good job in Toyota, in different places, in Valiant, and they were really kind of PLC engineer, but the PLC programmer. But at the end of this program, you just have a certification for level 1. But again, what we cover in the level 1 is a little bit more than the expectation, the Siemens expectation, and you can develop PLC programs at the end by yourself, and but it's not a PLC degree or the certification at the end.
Another question was, what's the deadline for applying to the course? So we typically like to see 1 week prior to the course start date only because we'd like to have a good idea of the final attendance, and also just to make sure that you have your, vaccination attestation in and everything like that. So at least 1 week prior, which is probably around February 5th, I would say would be recommended. And then another question was how much discount for current graduate students. So current UWindsor students are eligible for a 5% discount. Just email us continue@uwindsor.ca for the discount code. UWindsor alumni are eligible for a 10% discount, but please send us your student number if you remember it, or your date of birth as well. So another question was, there is an overlap of the Friday's class. I think, Shahpour, this was another question that was brought up prior with the fourth year engineering students.
Yeah, I just want to know if the whole 2 to 8 is overlapping or just a piece of that. So last time we had a couple of students just had the conflict 2 to possibly 4 or 5. So what we could do is I will manage the classes, and during that period, typically we don't start or cover anything new, and we practice. And you can do your practice before that, so we can give you access to the lab either in that morning or any time that has been reserved for you. So you can do your preparation that 2 or 3 hours and then come to the rest of the class after you finish that. But I just want to know what exact time is the conflict. So capstone lab is from I'm not sure if the capstone is just taking all your time, or you just but I guess if you can handle, last time I had the same issue and the student joined me at 4 o'clock, so I had to just start my actual training at 4, while before that we have practices and just some duties assigned to you, and you can work on those type of things a day before. But I like you to be there at 4 o'clock, and we can just finish our topics at any.
So Shahpour, just to clarify, there will be a 3-hour makeup period or makeup time, right?
Yeah,
for the
just
class
3 hours. Yeah, 2 to 3 hours. So I can possibly make it like this. So when you come to the class, there are some tasks that you should prepare yourself for that specific module. So we give you some time of preparation. You should focus on that one. And then when you finish that one, it's time for us to just teach and have more focus on that one. So for this specific Friday time, I can do that one. Let's say 2 to 4 or 5. I can have some task that you can receive the directions in advance, and you can finish your task before the class. But if you're okay to join that time, you can do your task within that time in the class, and we basically just continue the rest of the class with all on board.
Thank you. There was another question that came in. Can you please briefly tell what kind of job opportunities there will be?
Yeah, so any industry that you look here, related to automation, auto industry, controls, and these type of things, at least needs a mechatronics engineer, a control engineer, needs someone to be able to work with the PLC, with mechanical systems. But One thing that I can tell many of my students that they say in the first day all the time, they say that we are here for learning just the PLC. The PLC itself is nothing. It's just a kind of controller, and the software is really, really simple. We need more your mechanical knowledge, more on your electrical, more on your developing systems and even troubleshooting and those type of things. But basically, wherever they need a kind of controls engineer, mechatronics engineer, any types of industry that has a little bit of automation. So in Windsor, we have auto industries, we have big companies focusing on automation like Valiant, Centerline, and there are many other large and small companies. But wherever you see any aspect of automation, which nowadays is a kind of need for any industry, it's going to be the job market. So according and specifically on Siemens PLC, it's a really huge demand. If you are able to focus more on the PLC, and again, this is an extra thing that you can do it yourself in the extra times that we have. It's really good thing and very high demand in this market nowadays. Everyone is looking for a PLC, Siemens PLC programmer. So I believe the market is in a good situation nowadays, and they are all needing this skills and the certifications.
Great, thank you. Will this course be available this summer or fall? Currently, we do not have this course scheduled for the summer or fall. Shahpour, I don't know if there are any plans or I guess it would be based off of demand and instructor availability.
Yeah, to be honest, it depends on the instructor's availability, but typically we offer once a year. If we want to offer something, it's going to be possibly September anyway, but nothing for summer, I believe.
Okay, so some people are listing their scheduling conflicts. 1:30 to 5:20 is the capstone lab that they have. Yeah, so I guess just going back to that, I believe there will be a 2 to 3 hour makeup time for that.
Yeah, I guess we can. The only thing we can do is just I can assign the 2 hours starting of our program, like a Friday 2 to 4 to 5, basically 2 to 5, to just some activities that you can do it offline before the others in the extra times that you have in the lab.
Okay, great. Can we register for the exam independently, or we have to register for it along with the course? So the exam itself is optional, but the exam date is right after this program. So candidates who successfully complete the level 1 coursework will be eligible to write the level 1 exam on Saturday, June 4th at 2 p.m. So it's optional to write the exam, but it would be helpful to write it right after the program.
Yeah, you can do it even, we offer the examination right after every time of program offering. But if you wait possibly next year, whenever we finish our next year's SMSCP, again, we're going to have another examination. So it has to be a kind of group examination. And you can attend those maybe next year's examination if you completed all the hours that we have in one of our SMSCP.
Okay. we'll be attending the lab on our own, or will there be an instructor to guide us? So this is during the lab times.
Yeah, during the lab time, typically there should be someone, but it's not gonna be instructor anyway. So it's if needed, and if you are available, we can help you, but not typically. Maybe we have our lab assistant there, but again, if you need something, you should possibly ask for that. So it's mostly up to you, just yourself.
Yep. So another question, can I also change my lab time? So Dr. Shahpour Alirezaee had mentioned that you can email him if you need access to a lab that's outside of the designated lab times to arrange something.
Yeah, it's
sure.
completely optional. Extra times you can spend as much as you like. It's not the thing that you should pick or choose. It's very flexible. But in those assigned times, you don't need to just talk to anybody, and we have someone there to just give you access. But if you're looking for another times, you should call us, contact us to arrange to have someone there. That's it.
Okay. The registration for the exam should be declared at the time of registration for the course, or it can be declared sometime in March. You can register for the course now and then pay decide to write your certification exam after. Yes. So just let us know if you'd like to do that, and we could arrange for payment for the exam fee later on. The afternoon session is the same session or different? Oh, okay, so this info session, it is the same presentation. So you're fine to not attend the 4 o'clock one. Any other questions?
Thanks.
Okay, if there are not any more questions, if you think of anything after this presentation or after this info session that you want to ask, please just email continue@uwindsor.ca, and we'll make sure we answer your questions there, or we can route the question to the instructor as well. So appreciate everyone for attending. I think that's it. Shahpour, anything else to add?
No, just thank you, and thanks everyone for joining this session, and hope it's going to be helpful for you. And also, if you have any questions, you can email me as well.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.